Hello, guys and gals and non-binary pals. Today, we are playing the first of what I hope to be numerous ranked challenges throughout the Wilds of Eldraine release on Magic the Gathering Arena, or MTG Arena. In the weird timeline shenanigans of when I'm going to release the pack opening video and when I'm releasing this video, it's gonna be a bit weird for that, but basically I just finished opening all the packs that I got for Wilds of Eldraine and then built a deck of it. That video is going to be out on Friday, but at the end of it, I talked about doing a ranked thing and trying to actually grind out towards platinum rank and hopefully even get into diamond rank using the deck that we built. So, with all of that stated, we're going to play traditional ranked using that deck that you will watch me create on Friday. I'm hoping that in so doing this, I will A, be getting better at playing this deck in particular. B, I will be able to increase the rank that I am at in the game. C, hopefully, I will actually get better and better at the game to the point that I can actually easily climb ranks. And then this also gets me to actually play this game and trying to complete the daily objectives a lot more frequently and a lot better. But it also gives me something to record and hopefully be able to keep putting out as content while I'm still trying to figure out how to get a new computer. Not how to. I know how to get a new computer so that I have time to acquire the materials and the monetary stuff to be able to get a new computer. This isn't bad. I've got land destruction if I need it. I've got a turn 1 crab, turn 2 mill 8 or removal spell. This isn't bad. This is not a bad going second hand. They're playing black-red. They're playing Rakdos. Oh, goody. I love Rakdos good stuff. Which probably means that they're playing one of the new cards. There's a Hive of the Eye Tyrant. And a Fatal Push. Awesome. Until your next end step, you can play one of those. Okay. Cool. Yeah, let's have a mill 8. Yeah, so I'm hoping that the more I can play this ranked, oh, it looks like they're actually going more in the sacrifice variant. Mayhem Devil sacrifice stuff. Interesting. I myself am someone who enjoys Rakdos sacrifice more than I enjoy Rakdos good stuff. Of course they get a very good set of cards out of that. Awesome. I mean, it is a play either or. So, I do have that to feel good about. I'll play a crab, and then I'll play a land in the mill 3. Leyline of the Void will get rid of the Cauldron Familiar, so I'm already trying to think ahead to what I would like to stop before their next combat. Anyway, Witch's Oven. I would like to try to destroy your cat now, while you don't have a food token. Which was the reason to stop before combat. I don't want that 2/2/2 attack. I don't want that 2/2/2 attack. This guy has an attack trigger. That's what I'm trying to say. And if it goes off, they get a treasure. That is what I'm trying to go for. Basically, I'm wanting to force them to have to sacrifice their creature to make the food token to then be able to bring back their Cauldron Familiar. That's what I am intending to force them to have to do. Because if I force that situation, then I have every opportunity to... That's another sacrifice outlet. I'm gonna block. If they have a spell to deal 1 point of damage, or 2 points of damage. 2 points of damages, 2 points of damage. If they have a way to deal enough damage to get rid of my creature, then so be it. Sacrifice 2 other creatures. I'm going to attempt to end the turn, see what they do. They did not sacrifice a creature to bring back the cup. Now I see why, because they would be able to use the Kiki-Jiki Reflection to make a token copy of one of their creatures to then sacrifice it to the Witch's Oven to bring back the cat that way. I've realized the play that they could make. I don't know if they've seen that play, but the reflections need to stick around for another turn to be able to do that. I could counter that. They're wanting to take my creature to sacrifice it. I think that is going to get countered. Because I want to keep my creature as a blocker. Okay, they got a Blood-Tithe Harvester, so they still have a way to remove my creature. Still attacking with that. I'm gonna block. Any number of target creatures, 2 life inside the creature, adds 2 black. Oh. I wasn't expecting them to sacrifice the creature immediately. That's probably why. Okay. Get a demolition field now. What's the mana value of this considered? It won't let me target that. Okay. So that means that I need to cast it with Kicker to get rid of the reflections before the reflections can act. Okay. Much rather do it that way. Oh, the other Mayhem double. 3, 4 damage. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage being presented. They're not attacking with the 1/2. That's also interesting. Huh. Oh, another Cauldron Familiar in hand. Okay. But now they can't sacrifice the blood token. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I die here if they realize how to make it work. But only if they realize how to make it work. Don't think sacrificing the food was what you needed. They can WOE Strider and sacrifice their board off. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I lose 2 life from that anyways, so that's okay. Cool. So, that was game 1. Time to make game 2 happen a little bit better for me. I don't want to make him sacrifice things. Fraying Sanities are out because they don't do anything when there's no graveyard. Drown in the Locks are out because they don't do anything when there's no graveyard. I will put Grafdigger's Cage in. And cast spells from graveyards or libraries. Yeah. I think that's better. Because basically now hand hate and exile the graveyard. Cruel Somnophage is not necessarily going to be that big of a creature, but that's okay. So maybe Cruel Somnophage out would be better than taking out my counter magic. Even though my counter magic doesn't work if there's no graveyard. Oh. That's a hand that doesn't look great. That's also a 1-land hand. This is a hand that's drastically different than the other 2. Let's put the Swamp Beneath and let's return Madden Cacophony plus Cruel Somnophage is good. Let's return the Startled Awake. Yeah. We're gonna play this tapped and pass. Cauldron Familiar, okay. Ooh. Crab. Into land. I'm gonna activate this land. I'm gonna get another island. They're gonna mill another 3. Another Mayhem Devil in the graveyard. Okay, that's good for me. That's good for me. Okay, this is already looking up a lot more than last game. I've got a 4/4 creature right now if I wanted it. They're a little low on mana right now, which is actually really nice to see. I think I'm gonna mill 8 right now because I can play both sides of the Cruel Somnifage at once. So I can play the mill 4 side and make a 7/7 or 8/8 hopefully at the same time. Stole my creature to sacrifice it to some effect. Yep. Okay. And now they take my creature. That's okay. Now they don't have any knowledge of what's in my hand. So that's actually pretty good for me. Fable the Mirror Breaker is not what I'd like to see. I'm gonna get rid of their 2/2 now before they can hopefully sacrifice and protect it. There's a Witch's Oven. There's a Leyline of the Void. Okay. They could do the Witch's Oven thing now, and then they cannot do it afterwards, which is nice. They won't have a graveyard after this. So now this graveyard of 22 cards is all the graveyard will have. Everything else that they discard or sacrifice will go into exile instead of into the grave. Which helps me not have to worry about things coming back. When they exile a WOE Strider, okay. Oh, Mayhem Devil. Not entirely what I want to see. I will keep this land in my hand to pretend that it's something. Yeah, see this is when it dies. This stops when it dies effects because it doesn't die, it just goes to exile. Which is really nice. I need another black source to activate the Castle Lochthwain to draw another card. I don't entirely know what else I could do right now. Their land, the Den of the Bugbear up here, would be a lot more pressure against me. Okay. There's a WOE Strider instead. Animating the Den of the Bugbear and applying pressure that way probably would have actually been better for them. But this is lethal to them. So I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage on the board. Which is great, because I didn't draw pretty much any of my mill spells. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay. I'll take exact lethal. That's nice. I don't know if I could have done better there. But that's exactly the reason why I wanted to record these things. To be able to try to learn from it and figure out more things. We'll do a second game because of how quick that one was. I don't even know if there was anything different sideboard wise that I could have done. Yeah, because they forced me to discard Cruel Somnophage. I guess maybe I should have sent it on an adventure instead of the Maddening Cacophony, because then it protects itself because it's not in my hand. Yeah, I guess against a black deck that probably would be running discard effects, maybe that would have been the better idea. Exile it, send it on an adventure. Yeah. That probably was the only misplay I did there. Because then I could have had a 6/6 or something blocker. My opponent chose to go first. This has no lands. But it's got the cards. It's got the card combos that I would like to use. Let's put Bloodchief's Thirst on the bottom, because I don't have any black mana. And they can Thoughtseize me. Cool. They should get rid of the Ruin Crab first. Or the... Okay. I mean, they already know it's in my hand, so there's no point waiting a turn to play a second land. I'm gonna force them to have the removal spell. Mill them for 8. This looks like it's about the same deck. Hand hate, creature removal. That's a third Fable of the Mirrorbreaker that they had. Okay, cool. Let's get a Swamp. Because the Swampy Swamp is how I get to the other color of my deck. And when I have both of the colors of my deck, I can cast this spell that lets me destroy a creature or counter a spell. Soul Shadow, each opponent sacks a creature or planeswalker with the highest. Oh. I don't like that that's main board. Take the Startled Awake. Just take the Startled Awake, dude. I know that's what you're gonna pick. There's no reason for you to not take the Startled Awake. I was gonna say, if you take the other two, I'm just gonna use the other one. There's a Shieldred. This is all during my upkeep before I draw a card. I'm gonna get another Swamp. Ooh. I'll play that, it's my land feature. Now I have double blue and triple black. But not at the same time. This does mean that if I get one more land, I can use Startled Awake, reanimate it from the graveyard, poke them for 1. Ah, it's a crab. Shucks. Let's play the crab as a blocker. And then hold up Drown in the Lock as counter magic / destructoid spell. Animate your land. Before you go to combat, I would like to destroy it. I would like to destroy your Hive of the Eye Tyrant. You can make a token copy of it with the reflections. I don't care. But I'm not letting you get an attack trigger off of that. Because the attack trigger would get rid of my Startled Awake from the graveyard. That's why I don't want the attack trigger to happen. There's a Shieldred. Awesome. Love Shieldred. I need to destroy the Shieldred now before Reflections can copy the Shieldred. Actually, non-legendary. It couldn't have copied Shieldred. Whatever. Yay, now they get to use the Blood Tithe Harvester trick. Ooh. They've got 36 cards left. I've got nothing to lose. Let's cast Natasha's. Their 36 cards are now 24. I exiled 12. Graveyard Trespass. Virtue of Persistence. They're running that. 7 mana at the beginning of upkeep, putting a creature cards from the graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. And Invoke Despair. Bone Crusher Giant and Graveyard Trespasser. I made a 1/1. I've got a 1/1 that can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. And then when it deals damage, it comes back to my hand, and then I get to cast it for 4 mana. So their graveyard consisted of Hand Hate, Sacrifice, Effects, Fables, and then they also had Creature Enchantment, Planeswalker Sacrifice. So they have Enchantment Hate. And they've got Graveyard Returning Shenanigans. So therefore I think I want the Leylines in. Grafdigger's Cage is going to be nice. Force them to discard a guess. Fraying Sanity goes down because it just doesn't work with things. Drown in the Lock is actually decent. Because it's counterspell and it's some removal. But I'm removing it because I'm trying to go for exiling their stuff. I would like to play first, please. This is a decent hand, but it doesn't have sideboard stuff. Is that going to be good enough? No, because they're going to remove the crab, and then they're going to exile the Tasha's. This can be kept. We'll put Tasha's below, because then I give them the target of they're going to take Jace. And now I give them the turn 1 choice of are they going to Thoughtseize or are they going to get rid of my crab. They chose to get rid of my crab. I'm going to force them to mill. And now that that's protected, they can still Thoughtseize me and they can get rid of something in my hand. Oh, Mercator Bankbuster. They're going for... Crew 3. What could they play this next turn? I want to force them to mill. I want to protect my hand. There's a Thoughtseize in the graveyard. Currently, I can still Fatal Push the Bankbuster if they can animate it this turn. If they can crew it this turn, I should say. This is weird to me to think through. It's got a ward effect of discard a card. I don't necessarily want... Yep, you can do that. I'm going to destroy the Bankbuster. Ward is any kind of targeting. Right now it's just a 2/2. I don't want to exile the graveyard. It's only those 2 cards. Yeah, I'll play the 2/2, I guess. Because the thought process is if I play Jace and take 2 life and go to 15, I then have to discard the Go Blank to stop the Graveyard Trespasser from doing things. They're going to slowly keep exiling the creature cards from their graveyard to shrink my creature. Jace is gone anyways. Because Go Blank is currently a dead card in my hand because it gets rid of my own creature. Attack them. But I also have to make sure that I cast a spell each turn so that this 3/3 doesn't flip over to the other side. Which they're about to make it flip over. The more creatures they get rid of from their own graveyard, the smaller my creatures get. I'm not going to block that. I'm down to 9. I need to mill them for a lot all at once right now and get a lot of creatures out of it. What was that one? Shatter Skull. Oh. Destroy the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Yes, I'm going to take the action to get a creature, or to get a land. I've been stuck on 3 lands for a while now. Yeah, I had to let that flip. I'm gonna exile both creatures from their graveyard, and then I can't block. No, they only... Oh, because it's from a graveyard. They can't target... from graveyards. They returned the creature, so I couldn't block. Okay. I was like, why would you mill 3 cards that just bring... like, that invites the risk of putting more creatures in your graveyard? But that makes sense, I guess, if you pulled out a ton of your creatures so that you didn't have a lot in there anyways. So far this ranked challenge thing is not going very well. Let's see. Yeah. Last one. 3 games. See how it goes. This will be the 3rd game in a best of 3 series. Don't know how it's gonna go. My opponent's name is Hobocop. I love that. It's really stupid, but I love it. I'm wondering if I'm running too many non-land things and not enough lands. This is not going well. Put the 2 double blue cards back. Maybe I need more lands. I was rewarded by asking that, by saying that question. Search for contact. Ooh, they're self-milling. I should not get a swamp, simply because I'm not guaranteed to have blue mana and black mana, whereas I'm guaranteed to have black mana right now because of the castle. How many cards are in their library? 51 plus 6 is 57, 58, 59, 60. Okay, they're still doing a 60 card deck. It just... Wow, I didn't have anything to do. Top 2 cards of my library. Exile one of them face down, put the other on the bottom. Can play the exile card for as long as it remains exiled. You may spend mana as though or mana of any color to cast its... Interesting. I'm gonna fatal push my own crab. That's the saddest thing I've had to do. I'm a mill deck that can't mill myself. Only have 2 lands, so I can't. Until I draw a Maddening Cacophony, or until I use the Search for Azcanta to mill a card, I now can counter or destroy 1 mana value things. Oh, it's a nickel bolus. Each opponent discards a card. I'm gonna discard Tasha's. Yeah, Tasha's City's left. Ooh, I got a land. Let's cast a Jace. I'll pay some life for this Jace. I would like to make your Nicobolus smaller. Okay. Now I'm gonna mill you for 3 cards. And I'm gonna draw a card. And I'm gonna hope for drawing a land. Didn't draw a land, but exiled my Jace. That's not nice. Is Nicobolus gonna attack there? Cool. Hey, I just saved myself from going down to 11. I'm gonna get another blue source. I'm gonna get an island. Oh, I was startled awake. I mean, I'm letting the Search for Azcanta flip to the Azcanta of the Sunken Ruin, so I can't be too upset by the fact that it's going to flip now. Shark Typhoon. Another Siphon Insight. Silver Scrutiny. Draw X cards. Okay. I basically gave them this Azcanta flip. But I feel like that's acceptable considering the circumstances. Oh. I'm gonna exile a Drown in the Loch from my hand. Each opponent who doesn't control a legendary creature or planeswalker loses the game. That's what I thought it was. 1, 2. I then have 2 mana left over. Well, that didn't tap the way I wanted it to. So that kind of sucks for me. Because I would have liked to hold up blue-black. Just to hold up my own counter magic. That's what I get for the auto tapper. We're gonna exile. I'm gonna exile the Bloodchief's Thirst. Fatal Push. Fatal Push isn't enough. Maddening Cacophony isn't enough. I want to try and get rid of the creature. Here's where they have a counter spell of some kind. Yeah. So right now the only way that I could win would have been to draw a land and then draw a land the next turn. Play 6 lands, have the Fraying Sanity, and then do that. Can't target it because I don't have Revolt. Okay, they had more counter magic anyways, so they probably would have countered the Fraying Sanity no matter how I looked at it, so I can't say I made the wrong play here. I guess I have to keep the Fatal Push just in case. You've got 18 cards left. There are 18 cards. Wow, they're really looking through the top 2 cards of my deck. I'm going to Otawara. Bounce your Nicol Bolas. I swear if I draw a Tasha's Hideous Laughter, I'm gonna be so upset. Cool. Destroy their Xander's Lounge, because why not? Are they gonna choose to activate Nicol Bolas ult? No, they're attacking me. Okay. Okay, that could have gone better. Let me see what was in their graveyard. A lot of counter spells. Memory Delusion. Shark Typhoon. Extinction Event. Exiling creatures. Silver Scrutiny to draw cards. Censured. That's a lot of one-ofs. Oh gosh. I don't think Go Blank actually does anything. Let's see. Fatal Pushes don't seem to do anything here. Fraying Sanity doesn't seem to do much. Let's add another Shieldred's Edict. I think a Grafdigger's Cage might also help just because you can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries as flashback. And then Soulless Jailer stops them from casting my spells. Let's go down to Cruel Somnophage. Because there's not a lot of creatures in either of our decks. Which actually means I could probably go down all three and bring back in the Fraying Sanities. And hope for the best that way, yeah. Alright. This will be interesting. I like the amount of lands in my hand, but I think it's too many. What the heck? That's too many thirsty blood chiefs. It's a land I don't really want to play as a land. I have to discard a card. Now I have both my colors, so that's fine. I've got a Field of Ruin. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I would like to mystically dispute that. I'd like to cacophony maddeningly. With the maddening cacophony? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with sentences. Okay. They chose to keep their Surveil on top. Okay. Interesting. I've not drawn a land. I've not drawn a land in a while. Can't be countered, reveals their hand. Exile all non-creature, non-land cards from that player's hand and graveyard. That's a card. That's a card. That's a 6 mana card. That's... Bye, Jace. I'm gonna keep the land in my hand. I hate this card. But that was also really cool at the same time. I hate it, but I have to like it. Oh, I forgot that there's that effect. I should have played the land last turn. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yep. Yep, alright. This reminds me of the first game. This is only upsetting because I don't think I can come back from it. Like, even if I draw... yeah, even if I... no. I'm not going to be able to win. Yep. It's not worth it. Okay. I don't know... I don't know if I could have come back from that. Dang. Thought Distortion just obliterated any chance I had of making a comeback there. Wow. That hurt. But I never... okay. So what this has taught me is that maybe I need to have more lands in my deck. Yeah, I'm gonna want one land. I will put one more land in. I'm also gonna favorite this deck so that I can actually find it easier. Yeah. And that's the thing that lags the game. Okay, cool. Good to know. Don't favorite my decks while we're streaming. While we're making videos. Okay. So, add one land and remove one card. I'm going to add a third Dark Slick Shores, because I know I have a third one. And let's go down one Blood Chief's Thirst. Yeah. That's what we've learned today. Most of my sideboard is black mana. Most of my main board is blue mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue mana. 1, 2, 3, 4 black mana. Yeah. Yeah, most of my main board's blue, most of my sideboard's black. So, hopefully having more lands. So I've now got 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 13 blue producing lands. And I've got 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24 total lands. 3 sets of which don't produce anything but colorful mana. And I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 black producing lands. Yeah. I've got 8 ways to find my 6 basic lands. Okay. Not horrible odds. And all but Fable Passage can tap for colorless, which is still a good part of my deck as well as colorless. Okay. Not great, but it's an improvement to the deck. I think, based solely on, I guess, basing things on I didn't draw lands, or because there's the weird thing of too many lands and you don't see them at all, or too few lands and all you see is lands. So like, I could run 10 lands and draw 7 of them in a game, and then I'd be like, oh, I have too many lands in the deck, when 10 is way too few. But I could run 24 lands and then only ever see 2 or 3 in a game, which in that case, the last few, I had 23 lands and only saw 2 or 3 for the most part in all of those games. So it's hard to make the call on, is that too many lands or not enough lands? I don't know. But I'll figure that out later. But that is one reason why I want to do this ranked challenge thing, is because it lets me figure things out like that. So I want to thank you guys for watching today. Thanks for enjoying the first set of 3 ranked games that I don't know if I'll try to do this daily yet, because that also feels like a large time commitment, and I don't know if I want to do that. But thank you guys for watching tonight and today. Have a good day, and peace out.